That's a good question, actually. I have to ask myself as well. Yes, I really enjoy this process because you have one-off, and it's really, you don't know what is going to happen. I'm Francesco Poiana. I was born in Italy in 1990. I studied at the Fine Art Academy in Rome, and then I moved to London to study in 2016. I'm an artist and illustrator. First time I tried to print it was during the art class, during the art academy in Rome. When I discovered it at the first time, I was completely covered with ink. So yeah, it's nice. To start the process of monoprinting, you need a plexiglass or a prospect, and when you ink the plate or the plexiglass, try to be as even as possible. If you're doing it at home, I recommend to use water-based ink. So what I'm going to do now is trying to dissolve the ink using the water. So what I'm going to do is drawing my design with some water, and then clean it out and see what happened. For me, monotype is it's about experimenting as well. Usually what I'm doing is coming to the studio. I used to have I'm drawing on a sketchbook every day and see what I'm gonna do during the way from my place, from my home to here, and developing and thinking about new ideas and selecting, maybe I'm gonna try to do this one today or the other. And in this way you can use the same plate again and again. Sometimes you see it's nice just with random marks making, something is coming out naturally from it's like looking at the clouds. Now when you look at the clouds and you see, that cloud looks like, you know what I mean, something. It was a thing I've tried, but it was not for me. I prefer to draw, I prefer to paint. And then I rediscovered printmaking when I came in London in 2016. Okay, let's see what happened with this one on the press. And when I studied at the CSM, Central St. Martin, in there they have a beautiful workshop. Okay, what I'm doing with this one is wetting the paper. This guy, I remember him very well, he's a friend of mine, Paul. He introduced me again into printmaking, and he explained me all the techniques. He's working as a technician, so it was really helped me to understand and to help me to find my own way to use this media. It was in there when I made the first series of monoprinting, the one that and using the same technique really that I show you today. Looking a lot at the work of Degas, so kind of understanding how he was using this way of producing work. Let's wet the paper. But you want it to wet. Like ideally it has to be wet, but not too wet. So you need something to blot. Okay. It's nice to see, have a look. It's nice to see the transparency of the image. Can you see already, you know? Ideally, well, if you have access to a press, that's the best, because you can have like really fine results, and with experience you will see that that's the best way to do it. You don't need, it's not that expensive. You can find a printmaking studio close to where you live and try out, see what happens. Yeah, you need a lot of pressure to. Yeah, that's better. Can you see? So first we tried with this water-based ink that I think which is good if you have a press. But if you don't, try to do the same monoprinting using oil paints instead of that water-based ink. Let's try to do some new experimental work and see if it's gonna work or not. Here we are. Okay. I show you, I have an idea. Actually, I have an idea. What I'm doing now is taking one of my paintings there that I did this summer in Italy. So I have this one that is in South Italy, in Puglia. I remember it was a bright sunny day of summer. What I'm gonna do is like placing my plexiglass on the top of the painting and using this one as a trace. Can you see? For having another image or another version of this painting. I think it's better, I believe it's better to use oil paints because they're not drying. If you use acrylic, they're drying quickly, and then you see why it's not possible to use. And try to move and experiment and see what happens. So treat the surface as a painting, and you'll see after some trials you'll have some result, and you can find your own way to use this media. So now at this stage, once you're happy with your design, you can take this off. You can see here already I have a trace or something of my painting. Okay, and then why not? We can add another color. I think it's a good technique, and for me it's really helpful to make something start, to make it start. Maybe this could lead into an oil painting, maybe it could lead into a series of monoprints, or I don't know, a watercolor. It's, I think, a way to start and to have like where to begin, really. Yeah. And you can mix the color. Okay, let's try. So what I need now is a barrel. You can use the palm of your hand as well to wipe. Not to wipe. How do you say when you press? To press, yeah. And you place your piece of paper here on the top of your prospect, and gently pressing off. You have one off, and it's really you don't know what is going to happen. You, like all the printmaking techniques, you discover at the moment when you lift the paper out from the plate that's the magic, no? And that's what maybe is interesting me and why I'm still doing now, and I want to do it again and again and again.